Welcome to the Bridal Show, an in-depth look at some of the top wedding venues and wedding professionals in the Rochester area. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our tour of some of Rochester's finest wedding destinations. On the Bridal Show, we hope to introduce you to some of the area's best, most unique, most popular wedding venues and professionals. Some you may already know, some you'll be happy you discovered here on the Bridal Show. George Eastman House, simply put, is sophistication and elegance. Imagine your wedding at Rochester's own National Historic Landmark. Iconic photographs, extraordinary memories. George Eastman House offers a legendary wedding moment. You'll immerse yourself into an era where George Eastman was Rochester's most affluent and famous host.
The Eastman House is such a jewel to this community. It is Rochester's most famous address. Who doesn't know what 900 East Avenue is? I mean, it is the largest house in the city of Rochester. George Eastman is such a famous name in this community, and if it wasn't for this man, Rochester wouldn't be on the map as it is today. Having had the pleasure of being in this museum for over 30 years and talking to people through the decades, and when they come here, one of the first things they say is, I was here as a child, and it was my fantasy or my dream to walk down the grand staircase in my wedding dress when that day comes. So I've literally met brides who have waited all their lives to be able to have that day here, that special, amazing storytell wedding. We have indoor and outdoor opportunities for weddings here at the museum. The outside seems to be the most popular just because our gardens are as fantastic outside as the interior of this home. The most popular is the West Garden, mainly because the setting, it is staged brilliantly for a bride to walk straight down the aisle of the West Garden right towards the arches. It's a brilliant setting. Another space available on our property is the terrace garden. A beautiful upper terrace, a beautiful pergola draped with wisteria. There's no setting like it in Rochester.
We feel so grateful to have found George Eastman House, and we feel very lucky to be able to book the event for our wedding. It was everything that we were looking for. The gardens are beautiful. We didn't have to do much in terms of wedding decor because the surroundings are visually striking. If you're looking for something that's unique, elegant, glamorous, authentic, George Eastman House is the place for your big day.
There are two options available for your ceremony inside the mansion as well. George Eastman's own conservatory can hold up to 120 guests, or the more intimate, a one-of-a-kind grand staircase.
When I meet a couple for the first time, I know this is their day. It has to be their day and all about them, and it should be. I want them to know that when they step on this property, they're done. I take it from here. So they don't have to worry about a thing. It is handled for them. Knowing the limitations of our museum, unfortunately we can't handle wedding receptions. However, we could easily do a fantastic rehearsal dinner here at the museum. It's always interesting to me to talk to not only folks from all over the world, but locals who forget about this jewel right here in Rochester. And I want people to realize that, again, this is Rochester's house, and you need to come down and see what a treasure we have right here in our community.
Some say the groomsmen have it easy when it comes to planning a wedding, and that's especially true at Incognito Menswear and Tuck Shop. For 30 years, Randy Barkin's men's clothing store has been the go-to place for wedding party tuxes. With fantastic service and pristine style, you're in good hands with Incognito.
We've been here at the Four Corners of Penfield since 1985. And we started out as a tuxedo business. Actually, the name of the business originally was Tuxedo Park. We changed it in 2008 when we incorporated the suits and the clothing into the business model. That's grown to be almost as much of our business, if not more so, than the tuxedo rental business. The suits that we have downstairs are high quality, gently used clothes, and we also have a great selection of new suits that we've brought in slim fit styles, and Portleys and regular, all different types of sizes are available. So I think the thing that distinguishes us from most of the other tuxedo businesses in Rochester, and actually nationally now, is that we're self-contained. Everything that we have is kept right here on the premises. All the tuxes that you see behind me are all stocked here in the store, and we have tailors that are here in the store. So we don't have to worry about things not fitting or things not being right, because when the customer comes in, we try the suits on. If things need to be adjusted or taken care of, we do it on the spot. because everything looks great on a mannequin. It's all pinned and it looks good. You don't know if the suits are going to fit that well come the wedding day. So we are able to try them on and they can see that. So we have it's a nice casual atmosphere. We were able to spend the time that they deserve in making a decision without rushing them into making a choice that maybe isn't right for them. We do have all the colors. We carry over 150 different color combinations that the brides can choose from.
In addition to tuxedos, Incognito offers a large selection of suits, giving the groom the opportunity to own a top-name brand suit without spending a lot of money.
We also have a great selection of suits that we both rent and sell. We found a lot of wedding parties are deciding to buy suits for their guys as opposed to renting tuxedos. Guys love the concept of coming in here, finding, say, a Hickey Freeman suit that might retail for $1,000 and finding it for a fraction of that here in our store. Full service tailor shop. We give them, when they come in, they get guidance, they get help from my staff. You know, they do a wonderful job helping them coordinate shirts and ties. Here we make it fun. It's relaxing. There's a nice comfortable couch that we have they can sit. Because I always felt that, you know, when you're doing something for your wedding, it shouldn't really be a task that you hate doing. It should be something that it's a good process from the beginning to the end. We try to do that at every step of the way.
Every wedding venue tells a different story, and some, like Bella Vista at Casa Larga, tell a fairy tale. This is a sought-after destination where your vineyard wedding begins with your vision. Every detail is handled with professionalism, courtesy, and style. The Casa Larga team is confident that you'll feel part of their extended family as they handle the finest details. Make your wedding day the first day of your happily ever after life.
Casa Larga started as a hobby. My dad was originally from Italy. My mother also Italian, born and raised here, but Italian heritage. My father's passion was to be in the vineyard. So when he came here, he started making wine and entered it in the New York State Fair and won some gold medals. And people said, why don't you think about producing it? We grew to the customer's request. I think we finally, eventually someone came and says, I want to have a wedding in that room. And okay, and that's really how it started.
I'm fortunate enough to be a part of everybody's special day. We try to take care of them from the planning stage all the way to the very end of their evening. You know, we hope that they leave thinking that was the perfect day.
Bella Vista at Casa Larga was created to hold weddings and other special events, with the ability to accommodate groups from 30 to 300.
What it means is beautiful view, and it's fitting for our facility. We have the windows that overlook our 50 acres of vineyards. We have 3 different rooms, which is terrific. You can also do ceremonies here. We can do ceremonies out on our deck. We can seat 150 guests out over there, which overlooks the vineyards. We can also do it in our main room that has the large, beautiful windows.
We want big weddings, lots of family, kids, you know, people enjoying this life celebration. I mean, it's a changing event. We do a lot of weddings here at Casa Larga. We've been doing weddings for over 20 years. I think what sets Casa Larga apart from other places for having wedding is that our staff becomes not only an extension of my family, but an extension of yours.
One of the unique things about our package here is we try to be all-inclusive, give you a little bit of one-stop shopping. There's a lot of pluses of having your ceremony at the same location. One is your guests don't have to run all around. The other is the beautiful scenery and the picturesque views that you have to take all of your pictures. We have the vineyards you can take pictures in. I always recommend that the bride and groom go down into the wine cellar. Getting pictures next to the oak barrels really adds to the whole mystique of having it at the winery.
If you have a vision or a dream, especially if it's a dream for the winery wedding, you should visit Casa Larga and see what we have to offer. Again, we're a family, so we're here to produce your dream, what you want to have in your memory book. So someday in the future, your grandchildren look at those wedding pictures and you can remember that day and what a great experience it was, how happy you were.
Preparing for your wedding day can be a nerve-wracking experience, but at Michelle's Salon and Spa at 5 Seasons, relaxation is the goal. Michelle will pamper you and your bridal party the way you deserve and help you create the exact look you want on your wedding day. Enjoy the spa and just feel the tension dissolve away. Let Michelle help you be at your personal best on your biggest day. For over 19 years, Michelle's Hair Salon and Spa has served brides and bridal parties from big to small.
From the minute they walk in the door, every detail is very important to us. We love to do a consultation with the bride and really specialize the individual needs that they're looking for. We can help them from haircuts to styles to relaxation. Bridal parties can come in together and have massages, facials, body treatments, body wraps. Another great moment for the bride and groom is to come in together and have a couples massage in the same room, just to relax and be ready for that big day.
Michelle's staff prides itself on not just quality work, but also the latest styles and techniques.
Each of my stylists are uniquely and individually trained so that they can really fine-tune the detail work. The latest trends and styles and color today can really make a difference in a bride style. There's balayage and there's hand painting. There's the ombre that's most popular these days. When we get to makeup, the detail in the makeup, some like it soft and some like more accent. So we work with the bride and the bridesmaids to give them their perfect look for that perfect day. We offer something called a bachelorette party, and groups of all sizes can come in and enjoy pedicures and manicures. We have a large room so they can bring wine, cheese, crackers, and really have a great time in the back room. We realize that this is a very stressful time for the bride and the parents of the bride. We want to make them so comfortable. We realize that they're nervous. We realize that this is a very important day for them. Our job is to transform you into that beautiful person that you want to be on your wedding day. So we like to help her organize and set up her day. If she needs her hair colored, highlighted, or if she's looking for a pedicure or a manicure, we can certainly accommodate all of those. Most importantly is that bridal consultation. It's so important to go over every detail so that we are on the same page and making sure that we're making her beautiful. If you haven't been here before, I would love to invite you to come in, meet my staff, see our facility. We would love the opportunity to be part of your special day or any day.
We hope you're enjoying this episode of The Bridal Show. If you'd like to know more about any of our vendors or venues, or if you'd like to know how you can have your wedding business featured on a future episode, visit thebridaltvshow.com. Wedding cake design makes a statement about your personality and style. It should reflect your good taste, whether it's elegant or sophisticated, playful, a sense of humor. With more than 4,000 wedding cakes under his belt, owner John Boatschild of Design Elegance Pastry Shop creates a place where design and taste come together.
As far as making the perfect cake for a bride and groom, it's all about what they're looking for and what they want to present to their guests on the table. And the wedding cake should absolutely portray their personality and their likes and dislikes, the overall feel of the wedding, how they want that night to go. Some folks want it to be very classy and very traditional. Others want it to be very fun and festive. I've done cakes where the cake was in the shape of a honey beehive. That was just the cat's meow. I stood back after I finished that cake and I was like, wow, these people really did something special. Basically, it's all about the construction. If I can construct the cake properly, then detailing it and decorating is just the final touch. In order to become a wedding cake maker, I had to pay a lot of dues along the way. I had a couple of really, really fabulous jobs that I learned so much at. I started out as a pastry chef. My impression of that cake should be that it should be light, moist, flavorful, delicious, and it should taste like it just came out of the oven. Well, when folks call me on the phone to inquire about the process, the first thing I do is invite them in so that they can look at my pictures of work that I've done in the past. Then I bring the cake samples out and they enjoy cake, and I leave them be so that I actually serve them as if we're in a restaurant. And then the process basically just unfolds from there. Based on my experience and based on their questions, we come up with something that they're going to like and they're going to want to show their guests. Generally encourage people to mix it up and serve 2 or even 3 different varieties. Each of the tiers can be baked as a different flavor and have a different filling.
Chef John offers more than just amazing wedding and birthday cakes. As a dessert caterer, he can provide a variety of other options as well.
Sometimes I do cookies, tea cookies, for the brides and the grooms to serve with coffee. Sometimes I do a full pastry spread so they can have a big sweets table presentation. Sometimes the sweets get served with the cake, so it's all one big display. When I get my thank you cards in the mail, generally speaking, the comments are that, yeah, it looked great, but it was so delicious that people are still talking about it, even if it's maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years later. And that's really what I strive for. If someone wants me to make them a cake that's going to be beautiful and delicious, I'm more than happy.
For brides looking for that unique place to have their bridal shower or the rehearsal dinner, located in the village of Pittsford and in downtown Canandaigua, Simply Crepes offers more than just a boutique restaurant. Catering your bridal moments at Simply Crepes will wow you and your guests. Co-owner and special events coordinator Nicole Haru works with her team to make your event special. For a delightful time, the decision is simple. It's Simply Crepes.
Everybody's always looking for something unique and different, and Simply Crepes can really offer a cool experience for the event surrounding your wedding. We have a really neat shabby chic atmosphere going on in our private party rooms. The larger of the 2 spaces, it can seat up to 55 people. It's great for showers and rehearsal dinners. And we also have a smaller room that can seat up to 12 for a little bit more intimate gatherings. We can offer cool breakfast, lunch, brunch type buffets where you can customize your own. We can do, the basics, your scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, potatoes, all the norm. But then we can also enhance it. And any of your favorite crepes from our menu, we can create into smaller miniature versions. And you can offer those to your guests and totally customize the buffet.
Simply Crepes can also accommodate all of your beverage needs. They offer a fantastic mimosa bar and an assortment of juices and champagne, as well as a great local wine and craft beer selection.
There's multiple ways that we can actually arrange the tables in the room. Honestly, the sky's the limit. So come in and decorate, enjoy the space, and it's yours for the duration of the shower. What's really neat is that we can actually go off-site to any location of your choice, and we can set up any type of a station you want. But what's really most popular is our dessert station. It's really unique, it's different. People are always looking for something new and fun instead of just having the traditional desserts and cookie table. So our chefs can be there, we can make your own crepes right in front of your guests. It's a little bit of a show, which always, leads to a fun experience. We have this new product that we created. So it's the Simply Crepes Crepe Cakes, and it's 30 layers of crepes filled with an assortment of creams. You can choose. We have this really elegant creme brulee cream. It's very smooth and silky. We're doing great chocolate mousse, and then the flavors are endless. We're so excited about it, so just give us a call. We'll customize, we'll make something happen. So if you're in the midst of planning your wedding celebration and you need some ideas, just give me a call. We can talk about it, we can customize, we'll have some fun, I'll show you the space, and hopefully we can make something work.
The New York Wine and Culinary Center is here to educate, engage, and excite visitors by showcasing their finest wines, craft beers, and agriculture. It's a beautiful venue for a wedding, both indoors and out, embracing the area's rich history of vineyards. Overlooking beautiful Canandaigua Lake, the New York Wine and Culinary Center will simply take your breath away.
The Wine and Culinary Center is situated right at the base of the lake. We have a prime location here. It's beautiful, so we are just steps away from the water. The brides and grooms love the fact that we have so many different things that they can do here. Most people choose us because we are a little bit different. They like to have their guests, they want their guests to be interactive, something a little different for them to do, not the cookie cutter wedding reception. You don't have to just stay in one room when you're here, which is really great. They can peek in the windows and watch the chefs cooking, and we're actually doing weddings now where we have brides and grooms in our Wine Spectator Theater. And if they want, they can actually tie on an apron and help out.
While the New York Wine and Culinary Center is perfect for a non-traditional reception, they also have a number of options for an on-site ceremony, including a garden tent with lakefront views.
Different times of the year, there's different things in bloom. So we've got, lots of the grapevines, we have some apple trees, lots of different greenery out there. They're welcome to go out there, wander through there, sit down, take a glass of wine, and just chill out. Our private dining room certainly offers a very intimate experience. It's a beautiful room. It resembles an old wine cellar. The table is fantastic, the chairs are fantastic, and people come in here and they fall in love with the space. So we've done a lot of small weddings in here. We can actually seat up to 20 people for dinner. So we also do rehearsal dinners in here, which are, it's a great size for rehearsal dinners. The Sands Gallery is a lot of natural woodwork in there, so it lends itself to a much more kind of casual feel. We use, some burlap in there and just kind of keep it more casual. Of course, we can do formal too. The room really lends itself to either or.
With world-class culinary experts at your fingertips, your wedding menu is sure to satisfy.
Our chefs love to be creative, so you don't have to look at package A, B, or C and choose from those packages. You can look at the menus. If there's things that you don't see on the menus that you'd really like to have, our chefs love the opportunity to actually do something that's a little different for you. But probably even more exciting than the food is their beverage options. Being the New York Wine and Culinary Center, we certainly offer a lot in terms of New York wine, beer, and spirits. If you've never been to Canandaigua before, you've got to come and see Canandaigua. And certainly while you're here, you've got to come and see the New York Wine and Culinary Center. We do a fabulous job here, and we would love to host you and your guests on your special day.
Would you like to see a segment of this episode again? Watch any one of our segments anytime or anywhere on thebridaltvshow.com. And if you think your business would be a great addition to The Bridal Show, contact us on our website. The wedding gown. It's really the centerpiece of your wedding day. It's a beautiful keepsake you'll cherish for years. At Blushing Bride, owner Christine Gilman promises you'll receive the peace of mind you deserve. It all begins the moment you step into their beautiful bridal boutique. Their team is known for building a caring and honest relationship. Blushing Bride, a wonderful bridal experience.
We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary back in January, which was really exciting for us, a huge milestone. And I've got to say that in those 10 years, I have learned so much. And it's really very unlikely at this point that anything would throw me for a loop. The bridal consultants that we have here are really friendly and very interested in helping you find the perfect dress for your occasion, whether it has to do with the setting or the budget or the style or what's going to look perfect on your figure.
Guests at Blushing Bride can expect to be treated like family by Christine and her staff.
We want to make sure that they feel like they know us and that when they call, they're going to get the answers that they need, because we know that you're nervous and it's a nerve-wracking experience planning a wedding, and we want to make sure that we're making you feel more at ease. When you're trying on a dress here, we have you do a series of tests to make sure that this is the dress that you love. We do have mirrors in the back room so that you get a preview of the dress before we even bring you out here, so that you've formed an opinion before you come out. Dresses do take a long time to be manufactured, anywhere between 4 and 9 months. If your wedding is immediate, we can definitely help you with that as well. We have a beautiful selection of dresses that you can choose from. The dresses are in order by size, so it's so much easier for you to find exactly what you need, and you'll try it on, fall in love, and get married 2 weeks later if you need to.
Blushing Bride can also handle your floral arrangements as well as all your bridal party attire.
We also outfit the bridesmaids, and bridesmaids, if the bride purchases from us, are 10% off. Mothers, flower girls, also 10% off. Well, I think we do have some beautiful prom dresses and social occasion for galas and hunter's ball, that kind of thing. And a lot of our dresses have the Prom Paradise exclusive edition tag on them, which means that they're guaranteed to be the only one at your prom, because they can't be sold online and they can't be found at other stores in the area. We hear from a lot of girls that Brockport is a long way out, but when you're looking for the perfect dress, it's really not that far. Rochester is only 20 minutes from here, 20-minute drive. I would invite you to please come out and see what we have to offer so that we can help you plan the perfect wedding.
Planning a wedding can be overwhelming and stressful, and it takes a lot of time. You have to think about the photographers, the caterer, the florist, all of those things that go into making a wedding beautiful. So how do you get all that done and still have the wedding of your dreams? Well, a trend that's going on right now is destination weddings, and Nicole Thibault, owner of Magical Storybook Travels, is joining us now. And so this has become a big trend, destination weddings.
Oh yeah, so many couples are really interested in taking their wedding to a different location, someplace special, unique, exact to them. It tells the story of their love together. So I partner with couples and choose a destination that's very special to them.
How do you, brides want the details. They still don't want that missed from their wedding. How do you ensure that they get that when they're sort of away from their home environment?
Once the couple and I come together and decide on a destination, we contact the wedding coordinator that is on site, the location, and we talk about all those details, the flowers, the cake, the location, the music, the table settings, and we coordinate it to make it all come together.
All those things are so important ultimately in making the wedding come up. Now you also have an expertise in helping families with special needs children travel, which I think is terrific that you offer this. Talk a little bit about that.
For families with special needs, vacations can be very daunting. So I partner with the families and talk about anything that they're concerned about, whether it's a mobility issue, so maybe a child's in a wheelchair, or special diets, maybe there's a celiac disease, or there's autism where they really need to find out what kind of accommodations can be offered at the resort. We go over all of that before they go on vacation so that it's as stress-free as possible.
Magical Storybook Travels, full service. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
And now we're going to take a look at how cinematography and weddings come together at Classy Wolf Media. Thanks for joining us on The Bridal Show. We know you enjoyed this intimate look at some of the top wedding venues and wedding professionals in the Rochester area. We hope you'll join us again. And please remember to visit thebridaltvshow.com to learn more about our featured guests.